Caretaker Gamer here, and you might be wondering, where have I been and why am I in a stolen TIE Fighter? Well, I modified this TIE Fighter so I don't need the TIE Fighter pilot helmet, so there's air in here, don't worry about it. And I needed the Stormtrooper helmet to get past everyone, so don't worry about that either. They just think I'm taking this thing out for a spin. And I would like to make a flashy entrance to the beginning of my new monthly series, Is It Really That Good or Bad?, where I take a look at games that were either very negatively received from the start or very positively received from the start, and see if my opinion really works out with how the game is in its current state today, given that there's all these patches now and games constantly get updated all the time. So I feel like I should say that this series is going to be a little different than all many other kind of gaming review kind of things, since I'm going to be taking a look at not everything in the game, but mostly newer features in the game, such as capital supremacy in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and all these new updates that have been happening over the last couple of years with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let's not delay any longer and get right into it.
I know I said I wanted to focus more on the new things in Star Wars Battlefront 2, but I have to give credit to the campaign mode here, because the 2015 Star Wars Battlefront didn't have any campaign mode. And I have to say that this campaign introduced me to one of my new favorite characters in the Star Wars universe, Iden Versio, played by the amazing Janina Gavankar. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, I apologize if I haven't, but have to give huge props to her because she brought Iden Versio to life in the best way possible. I won't get into the story too much because I really think it's best that you just go into the campaign mode completely blind as much as possible, but I'll give a small synopsis. You play as Commander Versio, commander of Inferno Squad, which is a special forces unit of the Empire. They're there to hunt down rebels no matter what it takes. And I mean, no matter what it takes. And honestly, that's all I'm really going to say about the story here. Unfortunately, the campaign mode is rather short. Even with the DLC, it's pretty short. And I really wish that we got to see more of Iden Versio and her crew from Inferno Squad. But we got what we got. Let's move on now. Sticking with the offline mode, Custom Arcade has been getting some attention post-launch, and it is great to see that they actually have not ignored this mode entirely. With Custom Arcade, they added 2 new modes since its launch, and also they add new maps, which are the small versions of the map that are available in the small modes online. So don't you worry, you get to play some Geonosis, some Kessel, and also you get to play as all the new characters that they release as well. Speaking of which, I really hope Ahsoka Tano is coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2. The 2 new modes they added are the Team Battle and the Onslaught versions of Starfighter, which is great if you want to practice your starfighting flying abilities, which I do all the time because honestly, my favorite thing about any Star Wars game, if it's done right, which in this case it was, is flying those awesome starships. And I have to say that having that included is great, though I do wish that they had more objective-based stuff to it. So if you're not a big multiplayer, or if you want to give the new heroes a shot before you just go full force into the multiplayer side of things, give Custom Arcade a try. Yeah, it's not the most challenging thing in the world, but it is a relief to actually have some attention brought to this mode, because a lot of the times with games that are mostly online focused that have a single player mode, usually they just get left behind and that's the end of it. So I do hope that that rumor of a large scale mode coming to offline is true, but I'm not holding my breath for it since it keeps going back and forth. At least that's what I am hearing. You're probably mostly here to hear me talk about the new large-scale mode that was added called Capital Supremacy, and I will say that Capital Supremacy is a great addition to the multiplayer of Star Wars Battlefront 2. So basically, you can only play in the Clone Wars era, so you're either going to be playing the Galactic Grand Army of the Republic, or you're going to be playing as the CIS, aka the Droid Army. And basically, all you're going to have to do is go capture as many command posts as possible, and whoever collects the most command posts, then you have to go and destroy the capital ship. And basically, it's a constant back and forth. So you capture the command post, and you go up and try to make progress on the capital ship. Back and forth until, boom, one side's gonna win. Pretty simple. It is great to feel that you are on a large scale mode. Yes, you could be on a large map in Galactic Assault, however the mode was somewhat limited. I wouldn't say it was that limited, but Capital Supremacy seems to have more oomph to it. And what I mean by oomph, I mean that you aren't just stuck on the ground, you then go up to the capital ship. I do wish that we could have like some sort of starfighters flying around, but I digress. I don't think that's going to be happening in the future. At this point, they might even be working on Star Wars Battlefront 3. But I will say, Capital Supremacy is a joy to play, even though I suck at it. So here's a bunch of my deaths.
Back to take another shot, which means we stick to the original plan. Overwhelm them with clones on the surface so we can board that dreadnought and show them how it's done.
Wasn't it great? I suck. I will say this, that Star Wars Battlefront 2 has really evolved into something much better than it was at launch. With Capital Supremacy and the still rather somewhat consistent updates to the game, I will say that there is something to take a look here. If you're a multiplayer gamer, then I would say yes, go ahead, and it really helps if you are a Star Wars fan. If you are looking for more of an offline experience, there are aspects that you can use, and I am hoping that the rumors of a large-scale mode coming to offline are going to be happening, but still take that as rumor. And if you still want a single player experience, I will say that playing the campaign mode is something to really look forward to.
So even though I didn't talk about every little detail about this game, there are plenty of other channels that do for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Please give this game a chance. It really deserves a new life. And for my rating of this game, I will give it a 7.5 out of 10. I will say that this score more reflects that there isn't more to the offline mode, but maybe it's not all bad. Thank you for watching, everyone. This is Caretaker Gamer, and I really need to get this TIE Fighter out of here now. See you later, everyone.